This is Lisa. In this video, we'll be going over the greatest common factor. For the definition, the greatest common factor, or GCF, of two or more expressions is the product of all the common prime factors, using each factor the least number of times it is used in any expression. So finding the greatest common factor: first, factor each term, then form the product of all the common prime factors, using each factor the least number of times it is used in any terms. For example, find the greatest common factor of 48 and 120. 48. If I factor 48, I know it's 4 times 12. 4 is 2 times 2. 2 is prime. 2 is prime. I can stop factoring. 12 is 3 times 4. 3 is prime. 4 I can factor as 2 times 2. If I factor 120, 120 is 4 times 30. 4 factors as 2 times 2. I'm going to circle my primes. 30 is 3 times 10. 3 is prime, and 10 is 2 times 5. Now, you could have chosen different numbers to factor that, and we all wind up with the same list of prime factors at the end. My greatest common factor is going to be the product of all the common factors, using each factor the least number of times it's used. So 2 is a common factor. It's used 1, 2, 3, 4 times here, and 1, 2, 3 times here. So we want to keep 3 factors of 2. 3 is used once here and once here, so we're going to have a factor of 3. And then 5 is only used in 120. So our greatest common factor is going to be 8 times 3, or 24. Now, you don't have to take it all the way down to the primes if you can recognize that they have bigger numbers that are in common, but you want to make sure that you get the largest common factor possible. Example number 2, we have 12x to the 5th, 36x squared, and 15x to the 7th. I'm going to write all of these down. 12 I can factor as 3 times 4, or 3 times 2 times 2. 36x squared, 36 is 12 times 3. 12 is 3 times 4. We get 2 times 2. And 15x to the 7, 15 is 3 times 5. So when I look at expressions like this that have both numbers and variables, I want to look at what numbers do they have in common. All of these numbers have a factor of 3. And then this one has a 5, which is not the same as the other two. So the only common factor they have is 3. And then it said use each factor the least number of times it's used. X squared, 2 is the least number of x's we have common to any of those expressions. So 3x2, or 3x squared, is our greatest common factor for this expression.